Hi, I'm Horny Ramen, and welcome to my kitchen. Together we're going to look at all things ramen, some things not ramen, and pretty much anything I love to eat. Today we're going to look at one of my favorites, pan-fried gyoza. Let's go for a ride. Alright, I'm not going to talk a lot about this one because we're just going to get right to it. I'm making pan-fried gyoza from the frozen gyoza pack, okay? Process is almost exactly the same if you're using fresh gyoza. This works out really well each time. Follow the steps, it's really easy to get great results. When you're making gyoza, it's important to have a really good non-stick pan. I like to use this. It's a tamago yaki pan, which is the Japanese omelet that you see on Lake Thompson Sushi. It's cool because it's a good shape, it fits around my burner, and it's nice and non-stick. You can get anything to shake free just by giving me a couple flicks of the wrist. So we're gonna go with frozen gyoza. We're gonna chuck them in the pan with some oil. As soon as the bottoms are brown, we'll add some water so that they steam. Put a little cover on top so you don't splash your whole kitchen. And then when all the water is pretty much gone, we'll make a slurry out of cornstarch and water. We'll add that at the end and then dial down the heat so that it crisps up just perfectly. And just before we're done, a little drop of sesame oil on the top and flip it onto the plate. It's a bowl of water. I just filled it up halfway because we're gonna pour it in according to how much we've got in the pan. A half a cup of water and a heaping teaspoon of cornstarch, a teaspoon of canola oil, and a teaspoon of sesame oil, and that's all it takes. Heat up the stove, put down the pan, and we're gonna drop in the oil right away. When the oil starts looking really thin and easily coats the bottom of the pan, that's when it's time to drop in the gyoza. Or not to crowd them in the pan. That's what we're looking for. Okay, we're gonna drop in the water now. Turn about half of the way up, and we're gonna let that steam. After adding the water, we drop the temperature on the stove to about medium-low. We've been steaming for about 2 minutes. With frozen gyoza, you should steam for 4 to 5 minutes. With fresh ones, it's about 2. Just about see the bottom of the pan. We're gonna add our slurry. And we're gonna pour it right in the middle. It'll coat everywhere. That's it. Now, bring down the heat to a really, really low setting and don't touch the pan. I'm not joking, don't touch the pan. You're gonna wanna touch the pan, don't touch the pan. We're gonna let this thing do its bit for the next few minutes. When you heat up water and cornstarch, after the water evaporates, you're gonna be left with a crust around your gyoza. This crust is known as gyoza wings. So the steaming took about 4 or 5 minutes. This part takes probably twice as long. At this point, we can start seeing that there's a little bit of crust forming around the back of the pan over here. It's going to happen always around the edges first, and it's going to make its way to the middle. Around now, you're going to put in the sesame oil. And that's going to spatter, so we're going to cover it up. When you can see all the way to the pan over here and over here, that's what we're really looking for. So we're going to keep the temperature really low and keep it cooking. At the end of cooking gyozas, we want to watch the bubbles. If you pull them out too early, you're going to be left with an uncooked cornstarchy kind of slime around the gyozas. So it's really better if you wait till the end. And that is it. Little bubbles mean they're ready, so we'll take it off the stove and flip it into a plate. Here's a quick little sauce you can make that goes great with gyoza. It's a little bit of soy sauce, some rice vinegar, and a drop of chili oil. These gyozas come out perfectly every single time. That's it. Alright, I need you guys to get in here really close because you have to hear the sound. This is what proper gyoza sounds like. That's it. And now we're gonna have a bite. I've been thinking about these things all day today, so Bon appetit. We're going to do another episode where we actually make the gyoza filling and the dough from scratch. So if you need a quick fix before I finish making those videos, there you go. Hope you have a good time today. If you like this video, click like. If you want to see more, click subscribe. See you next time. I'm just going to keep eating these until the camera goes off. So.